Yo, what is up, guys? It's Pedro here. So, the Washington Commanders made a trade and maybe solved the kicker position for them. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and that notification bell as well. And comment down below what you think about the Commanders trade for Kade York. I'm going to be talking about it right now. So, got up pretty early today compared to what I usually do and was out and just saw the news and then, came back. And as soon as I'm back making the video, and was a little bit surprised, but I was like, you know what? Hey, they made a move that I do like. They needed a kicker. Riley Patterson has had success in the league, but guess what? Hasn't had success here. And what I've kind of learned about kickers is that sometimes it's the environment that they're in, and it really doesn't have to do with the actual team. It just, maybe it's the special teams coordinator or whatever. It could be a multitude of things, but sometimes you'll see a kicker do awful in one situation and he leaves and he goes to a new situation and is amazing. That's happened with so many kickers with Washington that they left Washington and did well. You see Dustin Hopkins, Graham Gano, Nick Folk, some other guys as well. I'm missing maybe David Akers. Maybe he played here. Not completely sure. Obviously, not my era. So you guys, if you watch, you can tell me down below. But I'm pretty sure I heard that somewhere. And there's some kickers like, hey, Riley Patterson. Guess what? He was a stud for the most part with the Lions and Jaguars, and then comes to Washington and obviously doesn't kick in any real games, but in the preseason just was awful, and also in the regular season too, or not the regular season, training camp too. And he was cut today actually, and they did sign a safety, and I'll get into that in a second. But this move needed to be made, and Kade York. Let's get into his stats. So he was not very good last year. He was a draft pick, so he was actually a fourth round pick in 2022, and kicked for the Browns in 2022. Played in 17 games, 24 for 32, 75% field goal percentage, which is not good at all. He was I don't know, good from 20 to 29, which hey, you would hope he is. And then really bad, honestly, 30 to 39, 75%. Like that should be 94, 95%. And it is 40 to 49 is 6 for 8, which is still not great. And then 50 plus is 4 for 7, which isn't terrible, I guess. His extra points, 35 of 37. That is solid. And you can see some of the other stats here. Nothing much because it is a kicker. But he was a draft pick, fourth round pick, so obviously very talented and played at LSU. So I guess he overlapped a little bit with Jaden Daniels, 23 years old. And from what I've heard from us, or what I read from Browns fans, he's had a solid camp, and in the preseason he is 100% on extra points, 100% on field goals. Small sample size, but 8 points. So I'm assuming that's what, 2 field goals and 2 extra points that he's had. They also have Dustin Hopkins, so he's not the main guy. And for the Browns, getting something when they could have gotten nothing is a good move for them. Conditional 7th. Don't know the conditions on that. Could be a certain amount of games he plays. That's probably what it is, or if he makes the roster, because they could still make another move. If there's a kicker that they really like, and maybe Kade York between now and next week isn't doing that well, which is a small sample size, but maybe the condition is he has to make the roster. So if he doesn't make the roster, then the Commanders don't give up anything. So they could, if they see a kicker they like and Kade York isn't doing well in these next 5-6 days, then they can go ahead, get that kicker, release Kade York, and that trade was for nothing for both sides. And it's fine because the Browns are willing to do it, and to just get a conditional 7th, and the Commanders will willing to give that up. So seems like a fair trade, both sides. Hopefully it works out in the Washington Commanders' favor here. Just a funny little tweet here from Al Galdi. Shout out Al Galdi. It says Kade York in Cleveland was replaced by Dustin Hopkins, who in Washington was replaced by Chris Blewett, who was replaced by Joey Sly, who in Carolina replaced Graham Gano, who in Washington was replaced by Billy Cundiff, and then Kai Forbath, who was replaced by Dustin Hopkins. So a little bit of a full circle moment there for the Washington Commanders. I'm trying to think of anything else Let me go ahead and we'll just go ahead and go to John Kime right here. Hopefully he tweeted about the Riley Patterson move. Yeah, they released Riley Patterson, which, hey, they put up a shot. I thought it was a good shot. Riley Patterson, successful kicker in the league for the most part. Not a huge sample size, but a good kicker and still young. Didn't work out, and they're putting up another shot with Riley Patterson, or not with Riley Patterson, with Kade York, and we'll see which. We'll see what happens with him. And they signed Sheldrick Redwine, interesting name for sure. Safety, a little bit of a camp body, maybe plays a little bit linebacker too, because they have a lot of safeties, to be honest, right now in the room. And they've been playing Dom Hampton a little bit at linebacker, so not sure what this is. Sheldrick Redwine, camp body, not making the roster, maybe makes the practice squad. I don't know. Don't read into that at all. It really doesn't matter at this point. But the big move is Kade York. And really just see how he does the next week or so. And in the preseason game, it is going to be a little bit of a, it's a quick turnaround. And, hopefully he doesn't struggle at all. But if it is a little bit of a struggle the first couple of days, kind of makes sense with, learning. I mean, not learning a new system really per se because you're a kicker. I mean, you have to learn some new things, but it's really just getting familiar with Tressway, with Tyler Ott, the long snapper. That's really what the thing is that he's going to have to overcome, but all kickers have to do that. And again, like I said, some guys do better in other situations at kicker more than any other position, I think. You see guys that were awful become studs. You see some guys that are studs that really aren't good at, elsewhere. Like Steven Gostkowski, the Patriots kicker, such a good kicker for a long time for the Patriots, and then leaves, goes to the Titans, or I think he went to the Titans, maybe another team, just wasn't that good. And sometimes it's just how it works. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, go ahead, OG kicker, I guess. Go ahead and comment down below Kai Forbath, who was part of that special 2012 season. He was a rookie as well with Alfred Morris and RG3. But comment down below Kai Forbath and check out BetUS. Link in the description. Peace, guys.